Drifting is one of the most addictive parts of car culture, and in 2025, people still want to know, what's the best drift car to build? Today I'm breaking down the top 5 drift cars in 2025, from budget beaters to pro level machines. We'll look at horsepower, weight distribution, suspension setups, aftermarket support, and most importantly, how much they cost this year. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Coming in at number 5, it is the Mazda Miata NA and NB model. Power. Stock. The NA has 90 to 115 horsepower and the NB has 120 to 140 horsepower. Turbo kits, it'll definitely pump up the horsepower. It'll be around 200 to 250 wheel horsepower easily, safe on a stock bottom end. Now, when it comes to weight, these cars are extremely light at 2,300 pounds, perfectly light, as well as the weight distribution being 50-50. The suspension, on the other hand, is a double wishbone all around, which is very predictable and slides. Guys, the NB and NA Miata is one of the best, easiest drift cars you could get in 2025. Some of the pros with the NA and NB Miatas is they are the cheapest entry drift car in 2025. You could still find them for under $3,000, which is extremely awesome. They're extremely light. You could toss them any corner, any speed, literally do anything with them. And of course, they have a huge aftermarket support from coilovers, angle kits, turbo kits, whole suspension, anything that you guys need, extra bracing, aero. The list goes on and on for the Miatas. Now, when it comes to cons, there are a few. Lack of torque, lack of power. You'll need boost or lots of clutch kicking, guys. If you guys have a Miata, if you guys tried drifting, you guys already know lots of clutch kicking. If you guys don't have a turbo kit, most likely going to be going through clutches left and right, but that's what's awesome about this car is parts are very cheap. And another con is the chassis. It is small, so in high drift angles it won't do such as good as the other competitors on this list. But final verdict, the Miata is still one of the best learning drift cars in 2025. It teaches you car control. It's cheap on tires and parts, and it's a perfect budget starter before moving up to higher power cars. And I know you guys might say, well, NB Miata, NA Miatas, they're so underrated, so overrated. But I'm running an NB Turbo Miata myself, so I know firsthand how much fun these little things are sideways. Number 4 on the list is the Infiniti G35 and the Nissan 350Z. Power. Stock. The VQ35DE, if you guys have seen my recent videos, I have literally compared the whole VQ platform. The VQ35DE has 280 to 300 horsepower. The rev up and HRs have slightly more horsepower, but of course that comes with a little bit more issues. The rev up edition has the common burning oil. You guys already know that comes with the rev up motors. But of course, if you guys want to run boost, easily 400 to 600 wheel horsepower easily. Now when it comes to weight, these cars are a little bit heavier. Actually, I would say a good few hundred pounds heavier than the Miata itself. They're going to be around 3,300 to 3,400 pounds. The weight distribution, it's not 50-50, but it's very close. It is 53-47. Still pretty balanced for a GT coupe. In the suspension area, it's decent enough as far as for the G35. For the 350Z, I think honestly stock, you could just go right in and drift them stock ride height, just disable ABS, traction control, the yaw sensor, and you could get to sliding on these. Decent stock geometry, like I said before, and there's just a ton of aftermarket support when it comes to angle kits and coilovers and the whole suspension geometry adjustments for your G35 and 350Z. So some of the pros on the G35 and 350Z platform, it's affordable power. Right from factory, you're ranking around 270, 280 horsepower. That's plenty for a V6 rear-wheel drive car. The VQ torque is literally instant. They have solid aftermarket support. Literally, eBay, Amazon, you could get parts from anything, like any source. Same thing with the Miata. All these cars, actually, any resources that you can go and get, and just it's insane on the aftermarket support that these cars have. So it is going to be heavier than an S-chassis or Miata, and it does eat tires faster, but you get more power. The stock diff is open. it needs a welded or LSD swap. On the sport models you come LSD, but in the stock base models you're gonna have an open diff. So just something that you guys could keep an eye out. If you guys want to get one that really has an LSD, look for a sports package. So final verdict for the G35 and 350Z. I think, me personally, they are the sweet spot for budget drifters in 2025. You get reliable power, rear-wheel drive, and aftermarket support, all for under 10 grand, guys. Plus, I really do think they're still in the whole modern design era of looks and power and everything. They're modern enough to daily and still shred at the track. Guys, the 350Z and G35 is my favorite on the list. Number 3 on the list is going to be the BMW E36 and E46. The E36 325i and 328i has around 170 to 190 horsepower. Now with the E36 and E46 M3, it will be ranging from 240 to 333 horsepower. Guys, if you could get your hands on the E46 M3, don't even drift it. Keep that thing. It is a gem. It is a hidden gem. But if you want to drift it, if you want to use an M3 for drifting, by all means, it'll handle it. Anything you throw at that car, it'll handle. E46 M3 is one of the best cars you can get, I think. They come with inline 6 engines, which respond well to boost. The turbo M50 and M52 will easily handle 400 horsepower. The weight, they're going to be around 3,000 to 3,200 pounds, which is significantly lighter than a G35 and a 350Z, which is insane. You can also shed some weight, so you'll probably be around 2,800 pounds. What more can you ask for than a drift car that's light? Weight distribution, it is 50-50 weight distribution on these BMWs. Insane. I'm surprised not many people are drifting the E46s or even the E36s. I see some of them, but not as popular as the 350Zs. The suspension is wonky. I wouldn't do it stock. Definitely get some coilovers, get some angle kits, get the things that you guys know. Do your research on literally BMW suspension. They're not good from factory. You'll need to do a little bit to get it just right, to get it pop out angles more. But guys, BMW E46, E36, one of the best drift cars you could get. Some of the pros with the E36 and E46 are great steering feel. The chassis is very balanced, strong aftermarket drift support, just like every other car in this list. And of course, the best all-around engine, an inline 6. Now, when it comes to cons on the E36 and E46, prices are definitely climbing. You can't find them for cheap anymore. Either if you do find them cheap, they're going to be automatic or they're going to be clapped out, and we just don't want that. So prices are going to be climbing. If you guys can find a clean one, manual, definitely jump on it. If you're looking for a drift car, it'll be worth it, guys. Trust me. Maintenance costs, it's a little 50-50. It's still a BMW at the end of the day, so prices are going to be a little bit more expensive than, let's say, a Miata, but it'll still be worth it. It won't be too bad. It's not like a newer BMW. It'll still be worth it. Now, electronics, of course, it's a BMW, but it's an E36, E46, so you shouldn't be too worried about it. So overall, I highly recommend the BMW E36 and E46. Final verdict on this BMW E36 and E46s. BMWs are the Euro Kings of drifting in 2025. I know I said my personal favorite is the 350Z and G35, but for best all around, it's 50-50, man. You know what? It's 50-50. I'm gonna take it back. It is 50-50. But I really do think BMWs are the Euro Kings of drifting in 2025. They're not cheap as they used to be, but E36 or an E46 with an angle kit is one of the most capable platforms you can get without breaking into the JDM tax territory. Now, coming into number 2, and you guys already knew what it was going to be, the Nissan S-chassis, well known as the Nissan 240SX, S13, S14, 180SX, you guys already know. Power, stock, comes with a Ka24DE, 140 to 155 horsepower. But just like the Miata, you add a turbo and it's instantly a whole different car. Easily holding 300 horsepower reliably. Guys, this car weighs 2,700 to 2,900 pounds. So if I had to choose between a 240 or a Miata, I'm picking a 240. I'm sorry, I know I have a big Miata fan base right now, but I'm gonna have to go with the S-chassis on this one. The weight distribution, it is 55-45, but I still think it's worth it. Suspension has an phenomenal aftermarket support. You could literally buy anything you need for this car. So many different platforms, so many different websites and everything that they sell all types of 240 parts. I mean, the list goes on and on. Some of the pros is the drift heritage. Every angle kit and coilover swap exists for this car. I remember growing up and watching the old Drift Bible videos, and they had a 240. Oh my, I think it was a 240. They had a 240, they had a 180, one of the S-chassis, and man, that car was a monster when it came to drifting. The best. I mean, they used it all around, the best drift car. It's lightweight, it's nimble, it's tunable, and it's still the most authentic drift car. Of course, prices are skyrocketed like crazy. Overpriced. People will be selling a shell for, I don't know, 7 grand, which is insane to me. If you guys could get a clean one for less than 10K and it has some things done to it already, I would go ahead and jump on it right now. Prices are skyrocketed. The beach shells are 7 grand, 8 grand, 4 grand, rusted out. Careful the rust on these cars, just like the Miatas, just like every other car. Just do your research, do your further inspections when you're looking at these cars. Again, you're going to be drifting it, so you don't want any rust at all. Final verdict, in 2025, the 240SX is still iconic, but no longer cheap. It's still the car every drifter dreams of, but your wallet has to keep up with the JDM tax. That said, if you find one, it's still one of the most versatile drift cars ever built. Coming into number 1 on the list, you guys already know what it is. The Lexus 2JZ Toyota platform. Literally the whole GS, JZ, IS, that whole line of cars holds power, drifting, tracking, literally anything. That engine is insane. The JZ platform, power stock, 1JZ GTE, 280 horsepower, easily 400 to 600 without upgrading internals, guys. The wheel horsepower with turbo upgrades is insane. 2JZ GE GTE, legendary, literally legendary, up to 1,000 wheel horsepower, guys. Weight distribution, on the other hand, not so good. 53-47. So if you're going for a track build, I would not recommend it. But for drifting, perfect. Long and stable for big angle drifting, guys. Is around 3,400 pounds to 3,600 pounds. So it is definitely a long wheelbase, especially the SC300s and SC400s, IS300s. They're going to be a bigger wheelbase, which means it's better for drifting. The aftermarket support on these vehicles is insane. Literally like all the other ones on this list. The list goes on and on with these parts, guys, on these cars. The pros on this car, you guys already know, torque monsters. They take a ton of boost, long wheelbase, which means that they're stable at high angles for high speeds. Honestly, they're used in Formula Drift and D1 drift events. Guys, there's a reason why this platform has the reputation it does, because it is proven to be the best. Now, some of the cons, very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. This is literally for you pro drifters out there that have the money already and need a drift car like immediately, that can hold the power, that can do everything you need to. Get the JZ series cars. They're very expensive in 2025. They're harder to find, big chassis, harder to daily. The gas on this vehicle, it is insane. I have a buddy that does IS300 drifting, and he tells me just by going around the neighborhood, he already goes through a quarter of a tank. What? That is insane. There is a reason why it is the Pro Drift Kings of 2025. They're not cheap, but if you want a car that can shred a pro track and eat tires all day, this is it. That is your choice. So those are my top 5 drift cars in 2025 from budget to pro. Number 5 on the list is the Miata. Number 4 is going to be the G35 350Z. Number 3, BMW E36 and E46. Number 2, all the S-chassis, 240, 180, S14, S15, whatever you guys call it. That is number 2 on the list. And number 1, as you guys already know, the JZX and 2JZ platforms. This list is from budget to pro. So those are my top 5 drift cars in 2025 from budget to pro. Honestly, the best car is the one that you can afford to break, fix, and keep on luring with. What's your pick? Drop it in the comments below. I'll be replying to as many as I can, and don't forget to subscribe for more builds, reviews, and drift content. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and Gala 12 or 24 is signing out.